The Medium Security Custodial Centre in Jos, Plateau State, came under attack by gunmen who reportedly stormed the facility in large numbers with sophisticated weapons. The invaders were said to have arrived at the custodial centre at about 5 p.m. and immediately made for the main gate, where they engaged the armed squad personnel in a gun battle before breaking into the yard. Though the gunmen gained entrance to the yard, they were, however, trapped within as men from sister security agencies or services were immediately mobilized to assist the armed guards to cordon the perimeter wall and the entire area. Reinforcement from the response squad of the service was also mobilized to the center. According to the spokesman of the Nigerian Correctional Service, the attackers' firing power was subdued by superior fire from a combined team of security agencies. Joining us now from Jos is Mangjang, Commissioner for Information, Plateau State. Good morning, Mr. Mangjang. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Nigeria.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner for Information, Plateau State, for joining us. Well, the attack on the prison in Jos, the reports have been very sketchy, in parts also contradictory. Can you tell us exactly what happened at that Medium Security Custodial Centre in Jos? Did anybody escape? And is it true that the security agencies were able to control the situation such that the attackers were trapped inside the facility? And if they were trapped inside the facility, as at yesterday, have they been arrested or have they managed to escape? What are the details?
Yes, well, thank you very much for the opportunity that I am having this morning. We as a government would want to tell the story as it is, and that is why you see people rushing with conflicting reports. But the report of the PRO of the Correctional Center is what we are hinging on. I can assure you that the situation was immediately brought under control. The reinforcement of the military and the reinforcement of the police and civil defense has helped a lot. And as I talk to you now, the governor is going to visit the center, and that is why I may not be here for the full program. We are visiting the center on the spot assessment of the facility. The good thing is that the inmates have not escaped. It is being said that the attackers, we are profiling the prison officials, the correctional center officials are profiling so that they will be able to know. And after the profiling, they will know who are the inmates there and who are the infiltrators, and then they will be arrested and brought to book. By now, the profiling should have been done because it happened throughout the night, and the updates are going to be made available to the governor. When we go there, probably at some point in time, we would come back again and tell you and give you an update of what has happened. The issue is that why we are happy with the situation is that it did not escalate beyond what it is, and it shows the proactiveness of the security, and it shows that government is up and doing. Otherwise, the facility, for people that know that facility, is well fortified, and it is because of the fortification of the facility and the doggedness of the people on duty that they were able to foil the jailbreak, even though it was broken into. But the casualty or whatever the situation would have been more than that. We thumbs up for people that have been involved. The whole area was cordoned off. But as I talk to you now, the road leading that is passing in front of the headquarters of the facility, which is also in front of the state command of the Nigerian police, was cordoned off. But today, people are passing to go about their normal duties without any hindrance.
That's a fantastic job there, and that doggedness you referred to should definitely be commended. But I just want to clarify, on the issue of escapees. You said that there were no escapees, nobody escaped. And do we have any numbers so far of the number of gunmen? It's been reported that they descended in a large number. Do we know how many there were? Do we know how many died? And do we know if there are any casualties on the side of the security forces?
I am not speaking on emphatic language with authority that nobody escaped. What I say and what I want people, Nigerians to know and the world to know is that there is profiling that is being done, and the profiling should have been completed by now. Whatever figure that it is, if people escaped, we would say. If people were killed, we would say. If people did not escape, we would say. What I'm saying is that we are happy to have received news from the PRO of the Correctional Center that some of the attackers mixed up with the inmates, and they have been rounded up and they are being profiled. By the time the profiling is done, of course they will be arrested. That is what I say. And so the true position, whether I was not there, I'm not speaking on ground, I was not on ground, but I can assure Nigerians that they will update Nigerians about the true position of what we have found after the governor must have come back from there.
Okay, I'd like to ask, was there no intelligence report prior to this attack? And why was it easy? Because we've heard of several jailbreaks like this, or attacks on prison facilities, correctional facilities, I should call them. Why is it that people can just go into our correctional facilities like that? Even in the first place, was there no intelligence? What happened?
Of course, we wouldn't say that there was no intelligence or there was no intelligence. People do things for different reasons. By the time that this is done, the correct story will be told to the public. It beats the imagination of government that a thing will happen like that. And this is the first time that it has happened on the plateau. It was never. It is unimaginable that a situation like that. I wouldn't say with all authority that there was no intelligence. Even if there was no intelligence, there needs to be proactivity, because there are warning signs that have been sent to different places that attacks are going to be done, and there are attacks that have been done in other places, in other states, in other correctional centers in other states. Proactivity is what it is, and that is why the situation would have escalated beyond what it is if it were not because of the proactivity of the security agencies on the plateau. For the fact that it goes beyond intelligence report, actually. And we are happy that the situation was contained where it is. People have been proactive enough to make sure that the situation did not de-escalate, and that is where we are. For security, for intelligence gathering, we have people on site. The facility, the security, police should have intelligence gathering facilities that are gathering that, but it goes far beyond that.
Well, these prison breaks or attempted jailbreaks have become all too common in Nigeria. If it's not in Owerri, it's in Benin, or it's in Elisha, or it's in Jos. What do you think is responsible for this? Why do you think that persons are perpetually testing the wheel of the Nigerian state when it comes to the correctional facilities? And what do you think we need to do to stem the tide? Because this is not the first time this will happen, and probably this will not be the last time.
Yes, clearly it is as a result of the activities of criminal elements. There are criminal people benefit from this. Criminal elements benefit from this. It is our prayer that it is not enemies from that the enemies could be from within. It is not our prayer, but I can assure you that it is as a result of the activities of criminal elements. There are people that you and me know benefit from situations like this. Otherwise, if there was no benefit, they would not perpetrate. It would not continue unabated. But I can assure you that because of the institutional framework, the institutions we have put on ground, because of the local institutions at our own disposal, we are able to contain the situation. And that is why we keep clamoring for community policing. We have a semblance of state police that is Operation Rainbow. The state government has been funding security, and that is why we have it at the front burner of our 3-point policy: peace, security, and good governance. And we have done that. The peace building agency is there, engaging in dialogue. But I can tell you that people being what they are, the criminal elements would not rest on their oars, and government would want to assure them that it is going to step up its game to make sure that it arrests the situation. If you look at the condition of the inmates, they are in different categories, and so there are people that are there that are hardened. There are people that would want to gain their freedom, come what it may. There are people that would want to test the will of government, but in this case, they did it wrongly because they went to the wrong place because of the institutional framework and the situation that has been put in place by government at the center, both at the center and at the state level.
All right. As we round up, I just have a quick question. Have the 4 escapees from the Jos prison break in July, have they been captured?
I don't have that information. When we have that information, we'll get it across to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, if we have time for just one more question, please confirm for us. There's a story circulating that the attackers are locked in there and they're trapped in there. Is that true? What's happening as regards the attackers or the assailants? Have they been...
Yes, that is what I have been able to get from the PRO of the correctional facility at the national headquarters, and I don't have any reason why I should doubt what he has said.
Okay, so they're trapped in there, and definitely they'll mop them up. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. By the time the profiling is done, we'll move them up. Definitely.
Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Commissioner.